Saturday, and as per the norm, it's raining, but we've got a couple of sales in, so that's a good thing. We've sold the Kia Rio. Kia Rios always sell well, especially in this spec, the SR7. You want some metallic paint on your Rio, really, and you want some alloys. So that's sold to a local couple looking for a new runabout. She did come in and say, I've got it at 4,995. She said, looking online, they reckon the value of it's about 4,600. I said, oh, you've got to bear in mind that's an average. This car's got a full service history. It's in excellent condition all round. We've had a look over it together, and you'd like some fresh new tyres on the back, which I've said I'll do. I said I'll do oil and filters change for you as well, do you a service. And it's coming out with a 3-month, 3,000 mile warranty. So within those cars that the average is £4,500, there'll be cars that have dented up panels, have flaky paint, have 1 or 2 stamps in their service history, aren't coming out with a warranty at all, or only coming out with a 1-month warranty. So you've got to bear in mind there's a lot of variation within that. This is just an average, isn't it? So I said I can obviously not put the rear tyres on because they're not actually due yet, and they've got a good few more 1,000 miles in them. Don't do those. Just top up your oil, not do a full service. So I can do those things and I can bring the price down. It's going to be up to you. And they said, yeah, go on then. We'll just have it all done for asking price, which is fair enough. And we sold the Polo. Same thing with the Polo as well. Took the car out, came back, wanted to negotiate a deal on it. I said, well, we've got to do a brand new advisory free MOT on it yet. Sorry, not Polo, Golf. Got to do a brand new advisory free MOT on it yet. So we don't know what that's going to cost. You've asked me to replace some broken vents in the back, where some vents have broken. I've got to try and track down that part. What else did they ask for as well? Service as well, oil and filter service on it. So again, you can have it cheaper without all those extra bits and bobs done, or you can pay the asking price and they get it all done for you. And both people, neither of them are both lovely people, neither of them had a problem with that. I think it's just people have still got it ingrained in their head that when you come to buy a car, there needs to be a negotiation, and you can talk about hundreds of pounds. You really can't when you're talking about cars at 4,995. This one's 3,995. You just cannot be talking about hundreds of pounds worth of discount if you want them prepped properly, especially if you're going to go, the MOT will be advisory free on this, so we'll do whatever is due, is coming up soon as well as what's actually due right now. So yeah, sales are keeping ticking along. It's nice. I'm back on the rattle cans. We've got the Ford Fiesta we've sold to our subscriber. He did buy it based on what you saw in the video, but I decided I wasn't happy with some of the bits of paint on it. So there was some bubbling down here on not on the sill, higher up. It looked like someone had painted it before, and if you get water in your line, you get bubbling. So we sanded it down. We've done that on both sides, and I'm just in the process now. Look, it was only down there, but this is the way painting goes. In order to do a good job and to feather out the colour, we're going to have to come quite a fair way up. I've used a base coat of another paint I've got here, because if you try and just put your nice new metallic straight over the top of your grey primer, you won't get as good a colour match. So I like to put like a base coat down that's a slightly lighter shade first, and then all this area here is keyed up ready for the lacquer when the lacquer goes on. So I'm going to get all that sorted this afternoon. Hopefully all goes well, and that will be ready for Monday morning. Car's being picked up on Friday, so I've got a bit of time to play with it if I'm not 100% happy. So just finishing off those little tidy ups I've done on the Fiesta. Unfortunately, the guy's got the paint slightly darker than the original, but I've not done any part of the paint where it is panel to panel on the different colour. So we've blended it up here, and over here, and then obviously we've got a lacquer on our fade out thinner here, and then the same on the other. So this was obviously where we thought we might have some bubble on the sill. It turned out it was just like, say, where someone had sprayed it and got water in the paint or something. Then they put a nasty stone chip over the top of it. So we're just tidying it up. Didn't really have to be done, but such a good car overall. It was worth a little bit of time doing it. So we've done that bit there. And we did the bit of bubble on the front wing, which we thought might be rust again. That was just water in the paint. Got a bit of fluff in it there. Again, the red is darker. I faded it here. I flicked the red into this, or the orange into the other orange there. So it's going to be a bit dark on this front edge here, probably against the bumper. But we haven't got nick panel to panel anywhere else on the side of the bonnet there, or on the side of the door. 2K paint, so same stuff the guys use in a gun in the spray booth. And that will only take about an hour to harden off, but I've got a heat gun on it as well. I've put on just to sort of get any sort of hazing out of the top layer of the lacquer. Sometimes when it's cold, you can get a bit of fogging, which will clear. But just to make sure, I like to make sure 100% it is going to clear by getting a bit of heat on it straight away. So we'll let all that go off, and then it's darker. Actually, it's darker there, isn't it? On the it's darker there anyway on the bumper there. So mine probably won't be any worse than that. In fact, it might match the bumper a bit because it looks like that's slightly darker. Anyway, it's 2008, isn't it? So I should probably stop obsessing quite so much on it. While I've been fitting with the Fiesta, I've also done that bit of paint on the bonnet on the Qashqai. I'm just waiting for it all to harden off so I can run a machine polish over. I'm probably going to 3000 grit and then machine polish it because the orange peel is a bit more orange peely than I'd like it to be. Probably because it's a bit cold, but the colour seems to be all right when you get in close. The pearls purling like it should do. Camera's struggling with that at the moment. So there's a line where the fade out thinner is there. We'll get, like I say, we'll run the polisher over it, see how things are. I say probably save myself £300-400 possibly there if that goes well. So we've got Davey back. Davey has stopped being a movie star for the last few months. If I haven't said on camera before, Davey does extra roles, but I think he's getting above extra now, aren't you? You're above extra, you're actually getting speaking parts and all that now, aren't you?
We'd like to get a few.
Whoa, there we go. Well, he said, like I say, giving up the bright lights to come and help me with my Mercedes. It's the raffle car, which is suffering a little bit of lacquer peel here and there. So Davey's going to do his best to tidy it up for us. And he's started sanding down some of the areas. He's laid down the colour. He's about to put some lacquer down. He said, hey, hang fire. The stars at Pro XL, which you guys know is my favourite brand for all my rattle can work. I find all their stuff brilliant, their filler primers, everything. A while back, they sent me their Generation 20 lacquer, which is a smart repair clear coat. The idea being that this stuff goes off super, super fast, gives you a lovely finish, but goes off really quickly. So for smart repairs, that's a big thing. Davey's time is money. He hasn't got time to wait around for stuff to take ages to flash off. Now, he hasn't tried this before, and I said, I've got it in the next door. I haven't got round to using it because I don't use a gun very often. So let's see what you think of it. So Davey is about to give it a shot, and we'll see how we get. It's 2-1, which Davey says is quite unusual, which is probably why it goes off so fast.
Well, it's not unusual, it's just...
Oh, is it?
Yes, that's normal, yeah.
Oh, okay, it's not unusual. I've misunderstood that.
Yeah, most clear.
Oh, okay. So he's about to lay some down. We won't get in his way too much, and we'll see how he gets on and get an honest review from someone who's doing this day in, day out of what he thinks of it. So first step, as always, is your grip coat. You don't want to go laying a load of lacquer on straight away. You want to put a grip coat down. So first, see if you've got any reactions, and secondly, to create a surface that the rest of the lacquer is going to really adhere to. Never just go and lag it straight on. Looks like he's got a fairly low pressure, I would say. He'll tell me afterwards whether I'm right or not. He's got a light there as well. It's always worth having a light because you can then make sure you've got the coverage correct. We're doing the A-pill a little bit on there and a little bit on the other side. Well, I wandered off and Davey called me straight back in again because he said, look, it's already going off, mate. So you're going to need to get back here and film it if you want to film it. That's how quickly it's starting to harden. Which is really good news if you've got it right and you don't need to fiddle around with it. And I imagine we'll be able to buff it out fairly quickly as well. It's looking like it's got a nice shine to it. He's going to do a final wet coat after this one. Right, it's gone off that quick. Davey's already demasking, ready to sort of anti-nib it, run over it. But we've got a little bit more lacquer peel since we took some tape off. So it's going to do a little bit more, unfortunately. So we've got some flattening, some buffing to do. What do you reckon to the Pro XL? What's it called again? We better remember the name of it. Express 305 is what it's called. What do you reckon to it then, mate?
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's quick. It's ideal for smart repairs, I think. Yeah, a grip coat.
Bit too quick for someone who doesn't necessarily know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for an amateur, I don't know, but it's very good. I'll definitely use it again. It's the first time I've used it.
Yeah.
And I've been painting for 28 years, so this, yeah, it's a good product. Good product.
Cool.
And just hopefully, because it's so quick, I hope it doesn't pinch too much. I hope it stands up a bit. What I mean is, like, I hope it doesn't just dull up over a few weeks. Because
Well, we'll check it out.
Most fast clears, normally, they do tend to shrink. So hopefully it's trial and error, really. But,
well, I'll keep an eye on it.
Nice.
I'll keep an eye on it and I'll get back to you, mate, see how it does.
Thank you.
While Davey was here, I managed to give him to squeeze one more job in, and he's just done the little corners of the bumper for me on the Yeti, just leaving me some of the little scabs to touch in. Left me with the paint. So yeah, I managed to convince him to do one more job before he left to get me a bit further ahead. Just thrown a bucket of water over the little Agila that I took in part exchange the other day, in waiting on the imminent arrival of the buyers of that, which is one of our subscribers. I said on the channel I wasn't sure what I'd do with it. One of our subscribers got in touch and said Dad's car's just monumentally failed its MOT and he wants exactly the same thing again, which was an Agila. Would you do a bit of a deal? And I said, look, I forgot what I said to him. I think I said 300 quid, you can come and take it away. So he said, I'll take it as it is, get the MOT sorted out myself, all that kind of good stuff. So he's got that, he's on his way. Only thing is, an engine light on it, which I did tell him, but I did say I'd probably plug it and have a quick look at what that was before he headed off. I'm going to say it's going to be emissions, because it drives too well otherwise. So I'm just going to grab the top on, plug it in and see what he says. So, old faithful top on back out again. What have we got on today? We've got the 900 today, I think I'm wearing the Artag Pro. The code reading we're doing, basically any of the top dons would do this level of code reading. This is more if you've got to go in depth into stuff. So we've got one for SRS airbag, that's traditional. All cars have that as a general rule, I find. And then we've got one for the engine, which I'm going to say is oxygen sensor. We're just letting it run the rest of its check though, see what else it comes back with. Got a good voltage on the battery, that's charging nicely, 14.3 volts. So now that's running well. Sounds like I might be slightly exhausted to me. I don't know if we've got a bit of a bad flexi. I haven't literally done nothing with this car since I took it in part exchange. So I've obviously we haven't prepped this for a retail sale. This has been sold to the subscriber as is. Spares and repair for them to do what they wish with. There we go. There we go. Fuel trim malfunction, bank 1, and then something about voltage to an airbag, which is probably an old code. So fuel trim malfunction, bank 1. I'm sure that is going to be, let me just check with Pete what he says that means. Pete's corrected me and says it's most likely the catalytic converter that's at fault with bank 1. So we'll just let our buyer know what we found and they can make a decision from there. Super clean car other than that, isn't it? It was only 55,000 miles as well, wasn't it? And the file of history we've got on this is absolutely massive. So now it's hardened, I've machine polished my blends on the Ford Fiesta, and my blend was there, I believe. Remember I scuffed up into the wing here, so my blend was there, and on the other side it was here. So the colour match is actually a lot better than I thought it was. And the front wing here, with that bit of a polish, isn't too bad next to the original paint there either. Just photographing one of my latest acquisitions. Never had one of these before. A smart car. I've had a Brabus Smart, but I've never had one of these. What are these? Oh, I forget what they're called now. I'll put it on screen now. But yeah, first one I've had. Found it at BCA. Had a really clean report on it for bodywork, which I have to say it is. It was an assured, so if there was any problems with it, I'd be able to send it back. So, and it had a decent margin on it, so I snapped it up. We've got it back here. It is super clean. I didn't realise that these have got one of my favourite engines. They got the 900cc Renault engine, the the SC. I think it's just, I don't think it's got turbo, is it? I've left the cover bolts out at the moment because I was photographing it. There you go. One of our favourite engines, little 900cc chain driven. We find them uber reliable. And that's thrumming away quite nicely. Yeah, I say condition wise, really, I like the colour combo, the black and the red. I've always liked black and red together. Interior is in really good condition as well. Threw me a bit, it's got fabric on the hood, which I need to give a good clean. But it's not actually a removable top. So I don't quite know why they did that. It's still a hard top inside. I don't think this panel's removable, not that I can No, I don't want to say that. Panels removed. It's only done 41,000 miles. We've got Bluetooth. I don't know if that's cruise control, just a speed limiter. Yeah, it drives nice. Driven it around a bit. No knocks and bangs. I think it might take us home for the weekend. I've not driven one myself for any prolonged period of time. So yeah, I think I'll take it home for the weekend. Give it a little spin around. I don't know who buys these. They buy them just to tow behind motorhomes, or do people use these as dailies? I guess if you're up country, nipping in, well, even here, I guess if you're just in my local area and you're only ever doing sort of Barnstable to Bideford, something like that, or South Molton to Barnstable, it'd do you fine, wouldn't it? Yes, like I say, lucky that we don't have to do any body work at all. Mechanically it seems sound. Just needs a proper polish and a clean of that hood and a fresh MOT. We're going to need new Michelin's on the front, because the bane of my life at the moment, cracking. It is only cosmetic, that cracking. It doesn't actually need to be replaced, but it will be an advisory for cracking, because obviously the reason it's cosmetic is because it's not getting down to the cords. The rears are in really good condition, they're fine, so we just need to get some fronts, but I'm just throwing away a lot of tyres at the moment, loads of tread on, for the sake of cracking. I just think modern tyres seem to be perishing a lot quicker. But yeah, if you've got one of these and you run one of these, get into comments down below, let me know how you get on with it.